Welcome to this episode of Excuse the Beard. The beard is back, and so are we, and this time we are talking about aviation. More specifically, the fact that we are going to have two new airlines in India by the end of this year. Of course, one of them is the revival of the former Jet Airways, replete with its old brand, but it's a brand new operation, so it's a brand new airline. But it is the other airline that is coming that is now getting all the attention, Akasa. Now, the reason it's getting so much attention is for a couple of reasons. One, of course, is its main financer, the billionaire Big Bull investor Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, who has promised $35 million to the airline. It's also getting attention because it's got a lot of old, experienced aviation hands, such as Vinay, Dube, the former CEO of Jet Airways, and Aditya, Ghosh, the former president of Indigo. Also, rumors are replete that they will be making a massive aircraft order. It is speculated that they will order Boeing 737 MAX aircraft. Boeing is offering these planes that have acquired a slightly dubious reputation after two accidents and then more than a year-long grounding, and they will probably get them at a very, very attractive rate. It's also important because it is unlikely that Akasa will be able to find any open delivery slots on the Airbus A320neo line anytime soon, particularly since Indigo themselves have so many more planes to be delivered. So Boeing also would want to make another comeback into the Indian market. Right now they're only there with SpiceJet, and there is an ongoing dispute between SpiceJet and Boeing regarding compensation for the 737 MAX. SpiceJet is in a lot of financial trouble, and that actually opens a small door for Akasa. Akasa wants to operate an ultra low cost model, and keep in mind that there are very, very few airlines that actually operate an ULCC model anywhere in the world. The best example to give is actually Spirit Airlines in the United States that operates a ULCC model. Now, the ULCC model basically means the airline just sells you the seat and nothing else, not even the right to put your baggage in the overhead locker. All you get is a little bit of space to put something under your feet, and if you don't want your legroom cramped, you won't even do that. But it took a long time for Indians to get used to only taking 15 kgs of luggage on board, as the low-cost carriers of the day currently allow. In fact, if you want more luggage space, always fly Air India or be a status holder on Vistara. So I don't know if the ULCC model will work. The other reason I am doubtful of a ULCC model working is a bit more complicated. One of them being, right now, the Ministry of Civil Aviation is even mandating minimum fares for many sectors. Now, they've done this by distance. Now, of course, these minimum fares do not apply for highly advanced fares. These are only for fares in the current period. But I think the minimum fare concept is a bit bizarre. I think there should be market pricing. Fare caps, well, I think there should be reasonable fare caps, and I don't think the fare caps right now are unreasonable at all. They are fairly large. I mean, if you had to fly between Delhi and Cochin right now, Delhi and Kerala flights, which are the longest scheduled flights right now, they cost around 10,000 rupees minimum and up to 27,000 rupees maximum. So airlines will easily make money. Even airlines with troubled balance sheets would make money on such fares. So the ULCC model will be interesting. Also, airlines like Spirit and even Ryanair in Europe, they operate to secondary airports. This means they can strike deals with the airports with regards to landing fees and parking fees and all of that. That's why Ryanair, with the airports they have their huge fleets based in, they have very sweetheart deals with regards landing fees. Now, in India, the fact is, even if the airports have been privatized, they've often been privatized in a joint venture with the Airports Authority of India. So the private players cannot actually offer discounted parking fees, because I know then there'll be a CAG controversy that, how can you give discounted parking fees? Valid question. And we know the CAG thinks of trouble, doesn't think of business opportunities and all that. Of course, there are some truly private airports where there is no revenue share with the government, such as Hyderabad and Bangalore. But there will have to be some structure over here. Now, of course, the Telangana government, for example, could subsidize an airline that says we will create a base in Hyderabad. Say that, they will say, all right, we will give you, we will pay a certain amount of your parking fees for you. Instead of, say, the airport offering you the discount, we will offer you the discount. Because if an airline sets up a base at a particular airport, there is a huge amount of investment that the airline will do there, and people will stay. It will drive up real estate costs. You'll want to base not just aircraft, you'll be basing your aircraft maintenance engineers, your cockpit crew, your cabin crew, ground staff, all of that, and that of course gives a boost to the local economy. I think states should compete for this. Not Delhi or Mumbai, where there are huge bases already, but if I was Bengaluru Airport or Hyderabad Airport or even Kolkata or Chennai Airport, I would compete for this business. Compete for an airline to establish a base there, because increased air travel also benefits the local economy. I wish states thought like that. Air travel is not a luxury. It is a necessity in a country the size of India, because you can take the Kerala Express to Trivandrum from Delhi, or Thiruvananthapuram, from Delhi, but it takes almost 2 days, whereas a flight is 3 hours, even though it has a minimum fare of 10,000 rupees, compared to, say, even AC first class, which would be half of that. It's not, time is money, and of course, if you have the time, nothing beats traveling first air-conditioned in a train. Believe me, it's really, really comfortable. If you ever as and more connectivity reopens, and now the government is allowing airlines to operate almost 3/4 of their capacity, it will be a huge benefit for airlines to start operating to new sectors, not just Delhi, Mumbai. I think Akasa has a chance. I think aviation is going to improve. I think the balance sheets of the existing carriers have been really badly hit. Even Indigo has been really badly hit by the COVID crisis. They've bled cash, and starting up a new airline right now without all the problems that other airlines faced during COVID should really help Akasa. They will probably get a sweetheart deal on their fleet. They will also probably get a very, very good deal from the airports. There is also a lot of new infrastructure, airport infrastructure that's coming up. There's not just Navi Mumbai Airport, there will be Jewar Airport coming up. And at Delhi Airport, India's largest airport, the all-new Terminal 1, the 4th runway, the overhead taxiways. So a lot of new infrastructure is coming up, which will give another additional boost to travel. So I think Akasa has a very good chance. I just am not sure about this ULCC, quote-unquote ULCC model. I think it's really a bit too premature for that. And you have to also look at the fact that the ULCC models usually cut down very close to the bone. And what happened to Spirit Airlines in the US just last week, when their entire system collapsed and they had to cancel almost 500 flights on one day and several thousand flights over the space of a week. When you cut so close to the bone, you don't have much slack in the system. I really wish Akasa the best. I think they can scale up. I think they've got the right management to scale up, and if they put in their money smartly, they will be able to do very well. In fact, I think Akasa has, or Akash, or whatever you want to call it. Akasa sounds very Japanese, doesn't it? I think Akash actually has a greater chance of success than the rejuvenated Jet Airways, But both these airlines actually can take advantage of the pitiful state of the finances of airlines like SpiceJet and Go First and Vistara and Air India. I think Indigo, by just its virtue of its sheer size and decent financial management, will probably do well and survive. But I think Akasa will, really make a mark on the market. Thanks for watching, and do leave your comments in below, and do like and subscribe for more.